Hi, this is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations, and I'm here today to show you how to make one of these really cute little box cards. They open up on the front like a card, and then they've got little treats on the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start out with a 3-inch by 12-inch piece of cardstock. You take one of our 12 by 12s and cut it in 3-inch strips. You get 4 of them. And then I took it over to my Stampin' Score, and then I scored it at 3, 4, 7, 8, and 11. I did it on the scoring tool because it's more accurate. At least it is for me. I could have done it on my trimmer with the scoring tool, but if you're off by just like, you know, a 1/16 of an inch, the drawer may not fit, and I just wanted to make sure it was going to fit. So anyway, I scored it with the scoring pad, and then I also cut a 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. This part will be my drawer. I scored it every 1 inch on the edge. So I scored it, turned it, scored it, turned it, until I had all 4 sides. So let's get started. I'll start out by just scoring, folding on our score lines. And then this is going to be pretty much the base of our card. We're going to adhere this with the tear and tape. It's a little bit stronger than the snail adhesive. I could also use the fast fuse or the red line tape we used to have. But just something secure. Because the drawer is going to come in and out, you want to make sure that it's going to be secure. It's not going to come apart. So just something really sticky. Usually to tip up the ends in order to get them to peel faster, I use something sharp, either my paper snips or a piercing tool, just to get the paper started so that it peels off. And then they come off really easily. Usually they come off very easily. And then I'm going to fold this one over and burnish it. And so now I have the card part of my box card. For the lid, what I'm going to do is, or actually the drawer, I'm going to cut on the score lines from the bottom up to the score line. Then I'm going to flip it 180 degrees and cut up on the score lines again. And then again, we'll fold on the edges. And this is going to go together like that. So we can use either the tear and tape or fast fuse. The trick with the fast fuse is that when you roll it by putting pressure, and then you snap. Roll, snap. Roll, snap. Roll, snap. Otherwise, what happens is it gets kind of stringy and it doesn't totally disconnect because it is thicker than our regular snail adhesive. So there's a little more to it to get it to snap off. But once you get the hang of it, you'll love it. Just getting the hang of it was the trick. So then we're just going to fold in the edges. And this is going to be the drawer on our card. So this piece will slide right into there. Now we're ready to decorate. Okay, because our card is 3 by 3 overall dimensions, the pieces that decorate it, the designer series paper, is going to be 2.75 by 2.75. Same with the inside. One of the great things about designer series paper is it gives you some great color combinations already. You don't even have to think about it. So when I made my box, I made it out of Pool Party, which was one of the colors I picked from here. And then we can stamp on the inside using, you know, Melon Mambo, you know, any of the colors on this. It just makes for a really easy color match. I'm gonna stamp first. So I'm gonna use the stamp set Garden in Bloom for the sentiment and the little flowers on the inside. So we're gonna use this sentiment on Friends. And then we'll put flower. Okay, for the leaves, I'm going to use Wild Wasabi. And don't be afraid to let them hang off the edge. They kind of look a little more realistic that way to me. So there's our leaves. We can go ahead and affix this on the inside of our card. Then for the outside of the card, I'm going to use our designer series paper. Oops. And then I'm going to use some coordinating cardstock and punch out a medallion flower. This is a punch from the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. And then I'm going to use the 1 1/4 scallop punch. But let's go ahead and stamp a sentiment first. I think I'll use the Circle of Spring. They have lots of great little sentiments that'll fit right in the middle of that circle, so that'll work perfectly. And I always stamp first and then go to cut it out, because then I can make sure that I'm centering it within the punch. So there's our sentiment. And we'll just place that in the middle of our medallion. And then put some adhesive on that. And there you go for that. So now you have your box card. The inside of our box could be used for any number of things. What I'm going to fill it with are Hershey nuggets, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap them in the designer series paper we used on the front. Oops. And I'm going to do that just by taking a strip of the designer series paper, and it's 1 inch by 3 1/4. And then I've got some of our glue dots. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little tiny glue dot on there. So I'm going to adhere it to one end and then adhere it to the candy. And then I'm going to adhere a dot to the other end. And then go ahead and wrap it all the way around and adhere it to itself. So there we have it. And this little drawer will fit 6 of them. And like I said, you could fill it with any number of things. This is just something I chose to do. I have found these wrap nuggets to be very popular. And there you go. We have a very cute little box card with a gift inside. I hope you like it. Give it a try. Thanks. Bye.